Migraines are a real pain in the ass. And if you've had them or you know someone who's had them, then you know what I'm talking about. How it just puts you out of commission. It's hard to get the work you got to get done. And even just take care of yourself and do basic things like cook, right? It's a huge effort to pull even simple tasks off, let alone having fun. Forget that. That's just out the window. It's hard to do anything other than just lay back and try to shut out all stimulation from the world and just find that, darkness and silence and let your body just get past this already. And this frustrating thing for a lot of people that we work with who have migraines is that conventional medicine doesn't really have much to offer other than Imitrex. There's a couple of medications that do help some people, and I'm not downplaying that. The medication for sure can be helpful, but is it really addressing the root cause of the migraines, or is it just kind of covering up the symptom for the time being? Well, I'm going to show you how we help a lot of clients resolve the migraines, not in all cases, but oftentimes at least move the needle so that they're not affecting them as much, so that it's just not as debilitating. And this also applies to any kind of headache, right? Other types, tension type headaches, headaches from stress. So just understand that these principles apply broadly across working with chronic disease, chronic issues, whatever you're dealing with. But specifically here, right, we're going to talk about migraines and headaches too, because I just got off the phone with a woman who has migraines, and we discovered a ton. Now, the goal here is to get down to what is causing the migraines, and there are 20 or 30 or 40 different potential contributors here. So how do you get to the bottom of it? Well, one is spending time with the person. That's why we have them fill out, every time we work with a new client, they fill out a comprehensive intake form, and we do very comprehensive lab work. Now, this lab work is way more comprehensive than anything you've ever had done before. Any of your doctors we're looking at, and we have 6 pages here full of comprehensive markers here. And so this is 3 times as much as any of your doctors have ever done before. And that's because we're looking at all the different major body systems. Because migraines and headaches are not just a head issue. It's a whole body issue, because part of what's going on is that, yes, most doctors understand that the blood vessels in your head are dilating too much. They're opening up too much, right? So when that happens, we want, in general, to help constrict. And that's what some of the medications help with. That's what caffeine helps with. This woman was telling me earlier that she drinks coffee to help. She knows how to kind of manage it that way when she feels one coming on. But there's also many other components. This is most important of which is a inflammatory component. So if you have inflammation in the body, then that's contributing toward the recurrent migraines coming back again and again, or your headaches coming back again and again. And so we need to look at that. So there are markers on the labs you can look at, CRP, and your blood sugar, and your metabolic health overall. And so for this woman, what we found was that she had some excess inflammation. She had some blood sugar instability, where her blood sugar was a little bit too high in the pre-diabetic range, and her inflammatory markers were also a bit too high. Now, most doctors will look at these same labs if they were to do labs this in depth and think, oh, those are fine, those are okay. But we don't look at labs like most doctors do. We look at what's truly optimal, not just what's going to help you get by, right? And to avoid being really sick, right? Our perspective is different. Our perspective is to not just help you avoid being sick. We want to help you get truly well. So to do that, we use a special lens that we look at your numbers on your lab tests with, different than most doctors. So that's where we're able to see things like, have an inflammatory level that has some level for improvement. Also for her iron levels looked normal but not optimal, and we're going to work on improving that, which will help. The final piece is her thyroid too. That's another big player for headaches in general and migraines. Is we found her thyroid was a little sluggish, a little bit of low thyroid function. Now, again, this is not something that your conventional doctor will tell you. This is outright hypothyroidism, outright low thyroid disease, but there is room for improvement that we see. And so something that we can work on, something we can help to optimize, especially considering that she has gut health issues, and the gut plays a big role in converting thyroid hormones. Okay, and so this is the value of doing comprehensive testing like this. You might even find that there are antibody levels attacking your thyroid. Autoimmunity is very common in women. That causes issues all over the body, like fatigue and brain fog and weight and inflammatory pain and bowel issues. So the whole body is connected. So with migraines, with headaches in general, with any really chronic issue, you got to get to the bottom of what's going on. And the most important step for that is doing comprehensive blood work. This is how you get clear, objective information about what we're dealing with here, looking at all your major body systems to uncover the gaps. And then, only then, can we develop a plan to improve it based on your unique situation. So if you want to learn about this, if this makes sense to you, go to our website in the link below. You can read more about this functional approach and even book a free call with me if you feel like it's a fit and worth exploring. And see if that makes sense for you. See if that could be something that helps you get unstuck to create a plan that's individualized to you, rather than just using one-size-fits-all medicine like most conventional doctors do, and like most of the internet, the internet's information is full of. All right, so click that link below, have a look at the website, and just read through and understand what more you can do to get a grip on your health and not feel so out of control anymore. All right, so that's what happened, with this new client who we have. We're getting her started on a journey working together here, and she has nowhere to go but up now that we have a rock solid plan. So I have the same hope for you. Okay, so see you in the next video.